Good evening, I'm Lisa Broom. This is the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, Prime Minister Frendel Stuart says government has not given up on its decision to construct a waste-to-energy plant in Barbados. He says despite its financial challenges, Barbados is committed to do its part in reducing the global carbon footprint by 2029. Prime Minister Stuart made the comment today during his presentation at the United Nations Climate Summit.
Government has committed itself to the full implementation of a green energy complex that includes a 40-megawatt waste-to-energy plant. Realizing this ambition requires sustainable partnerships that embody commitments to finance, to capacity building, and to technology transfer. This would represent a seminal turning point for Barbados and would contribute to the ongoing global negotiation process that is intended to yield a comprehensive and legally binding agreement in Paris in the year 2015.
Prime Minister Stuart says government has introduced a number of initiatives to offer technical support to the private sector for renewable energy and energy-efficient projects. He says a new Light and Power Act has also been established for a regulatory regime which will see electricity being sold by independent power producers from renewable energy sources.
In the spirit of partnership and for the purpose of spurring innovation in pursuing Barbados's green economy targets, we are also leading and catalyzing investments in a number of strategic areas, including the conversion of biomass into electricity, in the restructuring of our sugarcane industry, the scaling up of electric vehicle deployment in the government's transportation fleet, the establishment of a pilot research and development initiative into the use of ocean energy, and the integration of LED technology in Barbados's streetlight infrastructure.
And Prime Minister Stuart has met with Director General of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, Lee Yong, for talks on a number of important issues. In addition to discussing the recently held 3rd International Conference on Small Island Developing States in Samoa, they spoke about UNIDO's readiness to engage in making sure that industrialization could be a major element in sustainable development, with emphasis on innovation and technology, as well as energy efficiency. Mr. Stuart and Mr. Lee also talked about the UNIDO Barbados Declaration on piloting a resource-efficient, low-carbon and circular industrial partnership platform for catalyzing eco-innovation and entrepreneurship in Barbados, which was signed on September 1st in Samoa. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce will be working closely with UNIDO to finalize the project concept, set up the work plan, prepare a resource mobilization strategy, and implement it. In other news now, a transport board driver was slightly injured this morning when the bus he was driving turned over into a ravine in St. Philip. According to police, 42-year-old Steve Haynes was the only person on the bus, which turned over around 20 minutes past 6 along Somerville Road near Dodds Prison. The bus was traveling from Church Village en route to making a school run. Road fatalities match or sometimes surpass the number of murders in Barbados, and the acting police commissioner Tyrone Griffith wants road deaths treated with the same level of attention as homicides. He says there were 28 road fatalities in 2012, 18 last year, and 12 so far this year.
We are experiencing far too many accidents caused by bad driving, such as speeding, overtaking, improperly, inattentiveness, and the whole gamut. Last year, we had a total of 7,405 reported accidents. So far, up to August 2014, we have 4,480 accidents. Law enforcement is constantly being tested, battling on several fronts with limited resources. To this end, we need the support of other agencies, private and public. We cannot do it alone.
Commissioner Griffith was speaking at the launch of the Alpha 126 traffic school recently.
I'm hoping that in the near future, the courts will be empowered through appropriate legislation to mandate persons infringing traffic laws in significant ways to attend remedial driver training at traffic safety schools such as this, as an alternative to fines and imprisonment in suitable cases.
A sweeping set of amendments to the Road Traffic Act are to go before Parliament within the next 2 months. Transport Minister Michael Lashley says the ministry is in the final stages of preparing the proposals to be discussed. He says the changes include the frequency with which vehicles are inspected, as well as the procedures relating to writing off vehicles. They will also include legislation empowering breathalyzer testing.
Specifically, it allows a member of the Royal Barbados Police Force to request a specimen for a breath test if the officer has reasonable cause to suspect that the driver is under the influence of alcohol or a drug. So there must be reasonable cause. The cause must be reasonable under the law for the police officers to suspect.
Mr. Lashley was speaking at that launch of the Alpha 126 traffic school. It's the brainchild of Charmaine Roland Bowen, president of the Barbados Road Safety Association. It's expected to teach the theory and science of driving, as well as other topics like defensive driving. And if Mr. Lashley has his way, road traffic offenders will be referred there for training.
I'm so glad that this training school has been established. And it comes at the right time, because this school now provides an opportunity. Because it is no way that I be Minister of Transport and Works and integrate public sector vehicles into the public transport system, and there is no element of training in that policy. And I'm saying that this school now gives me an opportunity that we can give those PSV operators who have been chosen in a transparent process to place this as one of the components of that policy.
And recent missile throwing incidents reported by motorists traveling along sections of the Pine St. Michael have not gone down well with the Barbados Road Safety Association. Motorists have made reports to police of objects being thrown at their vehicles as they pass the pedestrian overpass located opposite the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation and Parkinson School. The BRSA describes the act as reckless.
The South microcosm of the recklessness and lawlessness within society as a whole. And it is no point looking over our shoulder and asking what the Royal Barbados Police Service can do about this, what the Barbados Road Safety can do about this behavior. The responsibility is in the hands of every citizen. This is our country. Now, suppose a visitor was driving a hired car and this had to happen. The matter will be posted in the Daily Mirror next morning. So you see what is happening to all $56 million we were spending to bring tourists here when the air comes. This type of reckless behavior must stop. Think we are an educated people.
In October, the CBC will be launching a brand new radio show called What's Up on 94.7 FM. It will be hosted by two of the youngest members of the CBC family, Janelle Walters and Jaquila Lewis. Dale Ford has more.
The show was conceptualized by Pearson Boyne, who heads the radio department here at the CBC. He says the target is professional women between the ages of 25 and 40 and stressed that the focus will be on what's trending locally, regionally and internationally. He said that Janelle and Jaquila will also bring a fresh look at issues which affect women.
We wanted a program hosted by women for women primarily that really sets the agenda, that really tells people what's going on and also connect with them to find out what is going on in their lives. So what's up, naturally? And we thought that we have the perfect ladies on our station, 94.7 FM, The Rhythm of Life, in Janelle and Jaquila, who both have such a connection with the audience already. And we thought, what a win-win if we were to marry the two of them, bring them together on one show, and to connect continually with the women.
Combined, the two hosts have been at the CBC for 9 years, Janelle 7 and Jaquila 2. While Janelle has only been on 94.7 FM, The Rhythm of Life, Jaquila cut her teeth on Q100.7 FM. They're both excited about the new show, which they say will offer something for everyone.
You're at work and you're tired and you're thinking, oh, how am I going to get through the day? We are going to help you get through any day that you're having, good, bad, indifferent, whatever is going on. We're always going to keep you laughing. We're also going to keep you thinking as well, engaging you on all sorts of different topics, from things that you might think are oh so silly and fun to other things that really get you going, whether it's in relation to politics, yes. We're daring to go there. Whether it's in relation to gender affairs, man versus woman, not a lot of that though, because I think it's also about people, just people, not simply man versus woman, but people and the crazy things that we can sometimes do. So kind of dealing with so many different layers of sometimes topics. Sometimes we just skim the surface on things, and we're going to endeavor to go a little bit deeper.
Jaquila says the men have not been forgotten and they will be reaching out to them to get their input.
We'll also be looking at what do women want? Guys, we want to hear from you. We always look to strike that balance. What do women want? What do you think women want? Do you think it's easy to please a woman? How do you feel about women and makeup? Is it necessary? When does it become too much? All of these interesting topics, all of these thought-provoking issues we'll be addressing on What's Up come October 6th on 94.7 FM.
Bowen said the show offers a perfect opportunity for new and current clients as well.
There are several segments, for instance, the sizzle. We're also going to look at some local cuisine and opportunities for restaurateurs to buy into that concept. So there's a lot that we built in. We won't necessarily share all in the first or 2 weeks, but certainly over the success of this show, we will be introducing elements for clients and advertisers to be a part.
The What's Up radio show starts on Monday, October 6th on 94.7 FM and runs every weekday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also tune in online at www.947fm.bb, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Twitter. Dale Ford for CBC News.
Dale, thanks. I'll be tuning in. I hope you do too. Well, we have more news in just a moment, but first we want to hear from you on the question, do you believe it's time for Barbados to introduce breathalyzer testing? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the result for you at the end of the news.
Today, Sebastian Daniels is teaching his daughter to drive. He's a little nervous, but he shouldn't be. Because no matter what happens, his auto insurance from Sagicor General has them covered. And besides, it turns out she's a natural.
Nice job.
Sagicor General, wise financial thinking for life.
Relive the atmosphere, the school rivalry, the passion, the exciting competition. Get your keepsake of the 2014 Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships for only $100. Call 467-5538 to place your orders.
At Courts, there's an excitement in the air as we get ready for the best season of them all with our new stylish furniture and irresistible accessories, the latest technology in mobile and home entertainment, and shiny new appliances. Plus, you can get it all with Ready Finance, the most affordable way to shop. What's more, we've got awesome prizes and free gifts just for you. So come in today and make this the best one ever, because the season starts now, only at Courts, bringing value home.
Barbadians concerned about the recent shootings are turning to the anonymous mechanism Crime Stoppers Barbados to make reports. Recently, Crime Stoppers placed an advertisement calling on residents to report illegal firearms. Executive Director Deverald Dupini says about 9 reports have been made, and he's encouraging residents to continue calling about the illegal weapons.
We wish to thank those who have come forward. We wish to continue to call on others who are aware of persons in possession with illegal firearms to come forward with that information use our mechanism anonymously and help get some of those illegal firearms out of our communities, out of homes. So we're really appealing to even persons like grandmothers, really persons who wish to see a safe Barbados, but who are also aware of persons within their midst who are in possession of these dangerous illegal firearms to come forward and give such reports.
A victim of one of the recent house fires has been given a helping hand by two corporate entities. Virginia Burnett, her two daughters and their 4 children lost their home when fire broke out in a national housing unit in Grisette's St. Michael earlier this month. Virginia received minor burns as she escaped the flames. She and her daughters received $500 in gift vouchers today, compliments of the Insurance Corporation of Barbados Limited and Cave Shepherd. Lakita, one of the daughters, says it's been difficult getting back on their feet, but the family is thankful for any help they get.
My bedroom that was in the back that was not damaged is where all of us are staying, along with her 2 kids and my 2 kids. But it actually brings me together as a family, so we're just trying to do the best to build back and come again. The NHC has stepped up very well to help us rebuild the house, which we are. That was the most on the top of the list, basically, to do, so we could at least get back in the house. And they also have tremendous help from some churches, tremendous.
ICBL's Marketing and Communications Assistant Cleona Charles Jamet says the company is happy to give back to Barbadians in need.
This particular story touched us in a very profound way. Miss Virginia Burnett would have lost her home in a fire a couple of weeks ago. And as part of our corporate social responsibility, we really wanted to step up and give back to her and her family for what they would have lost.
The push to have marijuana legalized in Barbados was ratcheted up today with a march in the city. Led by Calvin Chase, better known as Bongo Lights, the handful of placard bearers marched up and down Lower Broad Street. Bongo Lights is contending that the benefits of marijuana use outweigh the negatives. He says their first step would be to decriminalize the drug for personal use.
Ganja have a lot of benefits. But it's just that, that's just like cocaine. People have cocaine, they use it when you the dentist, when you go to the dentist, you get a stick of cocaine in it and whatever. Sometimes even the pharmaceuticals that they have, even having some small percentage of cocaine. But they want to try to make me believe that they can have no sort percentage of marijuana being used. What's wrong? Why you want to destroy a plant that's so beneficial to help cancer patients, easy pains, even AIDS patients? And why can't we make it medicinal, start medicinal?
Well, one of the other leaders, Mark Adamson, says there's no need for further research on the drug. He explains that Jamaica appointed a commission of inquiry in 2000 and those recommendations can be used.
One recommendation was for the personal use for personal purposes of small amounts of marijuana. You know, this is something that came out in the recommendations in the commission that was established on ganja in Jamaica in 2000, you know, and that reported thereafter, you know, and you also had they're recommending the use of marijuana for religious purposes.
The first step on the road to a career is knowing what you want to do. Today, the students at the Alexandra School were given some ideas when they took part in a showcase at the St. Peter Institution. Dale Ford has those details.
From the constabulary and the army to the hospitality sector and the media, students from 1st to 5th form had a wide scope to choose from. The showcase was hosted as part of the school's 125th anniversary. Acting Guidance Counselor Chanel Clark says this is the second time the school has invited professionals from across the island to share their knowledge and experience with the students, starting with the seniors who will soon be heading off to work or university.
From here, I will be able to make contact with those persons in these professions here, as well as to branch out to others. And maybe the summer program, there's usually a work experience organized by the umbrella body of Barbados Association of Guidance Counselors. So perhaps we can also make contact with them to help the children to move in. But what we also do is to have training sessions with them and to expose them to CV writing and so on, and even to make sure that they get their applications in for Barbados Community College and SJPP and so on.
Meanwhile, the students said they benefited tremendously from the showcase.
So far it has been good and interesting. I have learned a lot of different occupations that I have never known about before. And it just showed us how much Barbados have to offer.
It was very interesting. It teach me about what I want to pursue in life and what I have to get in order to get into the university that I want to attend.
I want to be a chef, so to me that was very important and interesting.
At least 2 of the students want to be involved in media.
I like to interview people, and I like to interact with a lot of people, right? And then, to getting issues and current events out there to the public.
Right now I'm looking at journalism, sports journalism, and being in the Army.
Dale Ford for CBC News.